Hello and welcome to another LeetCode problem with Python. Let's do the problem number 27. Remove element. Given an integer array nums and an integer val, remove all occurrences of val in nums in place. The order of elements must be changed. Then return the number of elements in nums which are not equal to val. Consider the number of elements in nums which are not equal to val to be k. To get accepted, you need to do the following. Change the array num such that the first k elements of nums contains the element which are not equal to val. The remaining elements of nums are not as important as well as the size. Main objective is to return k. If you remember my yesterday's example, it is very similar to yesterday's problem. There we were returning the unique elements, and we were returning the number of unique elements in the array, and the first k elements were the unique elements, and whatever came after those k elements, we don't care about it. Similarly here too, look at the nums array, and the value which we were checking with the array is 2. Sorry, the value is 3, so we have removed all the instances of 3, and the first two elements which are not 3, which is the value of k, and the first two elements are not 3, not val, and whatever comes after that we don't care. Similarly here too, there are 5 elements which are not 2, and the first 5 elements are those elements which are not 2, and whatever comes after that we don't care. So similarly, uh, today's code will look very similar to yesterday's with some changes here and there. So remember what we did yesterday. First we check if there is no nums. So if not nums, what does it do? It checks if nums is empty or not, and then return tur and return 0. If the statement is true, it's gonna return 0. There is nothing, you get nothing. All right. Now let's establish k equals to 0. To make it similar to yesterday's problem, I'm just gonna put I equals to 0. Then we're gonna have a for loop. Oh my god, why is my indentation so bad? Alright. Now we're gonna write a for loop for j in len of nums. Then we're gonna check if nums of j not equal to value, and if so, then nums of I will equal to nums of j, and then we're gonna update I. Lastly, we're going to return, I hope I'm doing this right, return I plus 1. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Okay, first, alright, let's understand this with an example, and then we'll also compare this with yesterday's example. Okay, so okay, so for example, nums is 1 2 2 3, and in val here is 2. Okay, so first, this is not gonna be applicable. I is 0. For j in length of nums, the length of nums is 1 2 3 4. 4. So the value of j is gonna be, I'm gonna write the value for j for every iteration. So it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, and 3. This is the value of j for each iteration. For the first iteration, nums of 0. What is the nums of 0? 1. Is 1 equal to 2? No. Therefore, now the updated array is the same array again. So 0, comma 1, comma 2. Oops, where is my, I'm writing. So 1, comma 2, comma 2, comma 3. Alright, now we're gonna update I. Now I becomes 1. Now in the second iteration, value of j is 1. First index we have the value 2. Now 2 is there. What we gonna do? We're gonna do nothing. Now for the third iteration, j 3, third index again 2. We're not gonna do anything. Now for the fourth iteration, j is 4. Fourth iteration, the fourth index we have the value 3. 3 is not equal to 2. So nums of I, remember I is still 1. So the new nums become 1, comma 3, comma 2, comma 2. Nums of I, which is nums of 1, becomes nums of j, which is nums of 4. Right, now we make I make I 2. Alright, we don't need plus 1 here. Now after all the iteration, we're gonna return I. I is nothing but 2. It says that 2. The first two elements are not the output value. It's much similar to the one we did yesterday. Yesterday, what were we doing? Wait. So, yesterday we were doing the same thing. We were comparing this value with this value. And if they are not the same, their place remains same. Now, again, this we won't update I, okay? This value with this value. Again, nothing happens now. Now, this value with this value. Oh, different. Then we update it here because I was not updated, right? Please refer to the last last problem to be more clear. So this is today. Let's try and execute it. I don't know what's the problem with the return. Oh, so we forgot to write range here and also a function, right? Or else it's not gonna check. Let's just run it. Let's run. Alright, works. Okay.